Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for that wonderful warm welcome. And Christy, thank you for sharing your incredible story with us and for that preview of our website, just one of the many pieces of our Hidden Heroes campaign. And thank you, Richard, for the special role you're playing in today's events. I know your personal experience as a devoted caregiver to your father gives you a very real sense of the challenges faced by our hidden heroes day in and day out. We're honored to have your support. Now let me begin this afternoon by quoting that wise philosopher, Forrest Gump, who famously said that life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Well, I don't want to disagree with Forrest, but the truth is, when I asked Tom Hanks to chair our Hidden Heroes campaign, I knew exactly what we were getting. I knew that Tom is one of America's most eloquent military and veteran advocates. I knew of his personal compassion and his deep appreciation to everyone who has served our nation, both in and out of uniform. And from the moment I shared with him the disturbing signs of our nation's caregiver crisis, Tom immediately understood the seriousness of the issue and offered to help in any way that he could. Thank you, Tom. Heartfelt thanks for allowing me to take you up on that offer and for agreeing to chair the Hidden Heroes campaign. God bless you. Yes. And thank you to my friend Tom Brokaw for honoring us with your presence today. What an incredible speech you gave. As the greatest chronicler of the greatest generation, no one can articulate the American spirit like Tom. He's won every major award in his craft, including Peabody, DuPont's, Emmys, and Lifetime Achievement Recognition. And in November of 2014, Tom was awarded the Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. For decades, he has witnessed, reported, and written about the defining moments in American history. What occurs when we come together to do great things? I hope, Tom, that this is the start of another one of those defining moments, and I'm so grateful that you are with us today. Thank you. We're also honored to be joined by Leader Nancy Pelosi, whose presence reaffirms that our nation's leaders stand with our military caregivers. Every time I've reached out to Nancy for her support on a caregiver initiative, she's responded with an enthusiastic yes. Nancy, you've been with us since day one, and I deeply appreciate your friendship and your continuing encouragement and support. Thank you so much for being here. And I couldn't imagine this day without the strong support of my friend, Secretary Bob McDonnell. Secretary Bob, as he likes to be called, is one of our caregivers' most dedicated champions. And tomorrow, he and I will host a first-of-its-kind convening that will bring together medical professionals from Mayo Clinic, subject matter experts, advocates, and caregivers. We'll be looking to the future, ladies and gentlemen, anticipating what challenges military caregivers will face years and decades down the road, and the additional resources and knowledge that we will need in order to meet those challenges. But let me go back to the past for a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, when the Elizabeth Dole Foundation was established in 2012, we embarked on a mission to better support our nation's military and veteran caregivers, as you know. It was a mission that included commissioning evidence-based research to identify caregivers' greatest challenges and driving progress through collaboration, working with partners to create new and innovative services. We built a 300-member Hidden Heroes National Coalition, and at a summit last year, we chronicled what we had accomplished together. For example, free training webinars, online classes, job fairs, respite retreats, mental health and family counseling resources, pro bono legal support, help applying for health care benefits, online resource guides for managing finances, and a free hotline to talk with financial planning experts. Additionally, veterans groups, large and small, began to include caregivers in their missions. and conferences focused on veterans' mental health issues are now including sessions devoted specifically to exploring the caregiver perspective. Every achievement, each new program, resource, piece of legislation, every milestone represents an effort with one or more of our partners. The situation facing military caregivers has evolved from an undiscovered crisis known only to those directly affected to a major societal issue, drawing the attention of our nation's highest leaders, as well as organizations spanning the private and nonprofit sectors and the labor and faith communities. Many partners in our coalition are with us today, and I ask you to join me in giving them a much-deserved round of applause, please. But I'm reminded today of the words that are engraved on the wall of the National Archives at the bottom of Capitol Hill. What is past is prologue. A more modern translation of those words is, "You ain't seen nothing yet." And the fact is that as our foundation looks to the future, the incredible support we've received has enabled us to think bolder and to dream bigger. Today, the foundation envisions an America where military caregivers are empowered, appreciated, and recognized for their service to the nation. We envision an America where supporting military caregivers is no longer a cause, it is part of the culture of our nation. We envision an America where supporting military caregivers is not just the mission of our foundation, it is the mission of our nation. Turning that vision into a reality is what today is all about, and it's what the Hidden Heroes campaign is all about. Raising national awareness of the issues faced by our military caregivers continues, of course, to be critical. And raising awareness in today's incredibly fast-paced world, where it's difficult to get anyone's attention, is a daunting challenge indeed. Fortunately, however, we just happen to have the gentleman who is the biggest name in Hollywood as our chairman. In just a few moments, we will debut one of the public service announcements Tom has created for us. Our partners at Comcast, NBC Universal, and NBC News will be airing this PSA far and wide, sending it out to their affiliates across the nation. And let me just say that Comcast NBC has been absolutely wonderful in their support. We were in New York City and in the U.S. Capitol this morning as part of the Today Show, and we're proud that Matt Lauer has signed on as an official Hidden Heroes ambassador. Matt will be following us throughout the campaign to update America on our progress and to remind Americans that we need their support. In fact, why don't we hear from Matt himself? Video plays.
Hi everyone, I'm Matt Lauer. Our nation has long admired the military men and women who've served our country so valiantly, and we have always reserved a special honor for those who return from the battlefield with physical and emotional scars. Well, now thanks to the Elizabeth Dole Foundation, America will soon recognize the service of our hidden heroes, our nation's 5.5 million military caregivers, their family members and friends who step in an overwhelming role with little help or support. Often they take on this difficult responsibility alone. Their duty to manage the care of a loved one may last for years or even a lifetime, and they need our help. While I'm disappointed I can't be with you in person, I'm thrilled to join Senator Elizabeth Dole and Tom Hanks as a Hidden Heroes campaign ambassador. Together, I know we can connect with military caregivers across the country and provide them the critical resources they desperately need. I'm also proud that Comcast NBC Universal has adopted Hidden Heroes as a company-wide initiative. We are committed to shining a spotlight on our military caregiver crisis and telling their stories of our nation's response. Military caregivers don't often ask for help, but they deserve our support. Thank you for supporting America's Hidden Heroes.
My thanks to Matt and also to Val and Ann Nicholas of NBC News, whose tremendous work on behalf of military caregivers qualifies them as extended family in my book. Individual Americans who see our broadcast and print PSAs and then visit hiddenheroes.org will find a call to action page with ways they can help, as Christy has said, like learning about the enormous contributions and challenges of caregivers, assisting in spreading the word, volunteering with one of our partners, or giving financially to support the campaign. And for organizations that believe they can provide a resource for caregivers, we will add them to our vetted resource directory. Let me repeat that, vetted resource directory. There are over 160 on our website, as Christy has said, and they've been researched and tested carefully, and we know they're among the best. We'll also raise awareness by continuing to convene leaders and experts to share best practices and to facilitate collaborations among our valuable partners. In addition to raising national awareness, we also need to raise awareness among caregivers themselves. More often than not, military caregivers think of themselves, as you've heard, as just the spouse, the dad, the mother, the sibling, or the friend just caring for their loved one. They too believe it's just their patriotic duty to serve. They don't think of themselves as caregivers. As a result, they don't realize they're part of a larger community, that there are others facing the same challenges who can serve as support, give advice, and provide an empathetic ear and a sturdy shoulder to lean on. And they don't realize that there are a growing number of resources being created just for them. We need to change that. And together we will, right, Tom? Through the Hidden Heroes campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, we must also galvanize, mobilize cities across our nation to address the specific needs of caregivers in their communities. Through an initiative we're calling Hidden Heroes Cities, our foundation is working directly with mayors to engage them and their communities in providing recognition and support to military caregivers and helping us find those caregivers. I'm delighted to report that the response so far has been stunning. Although the official launch is today, already 54 cities have pledged to become Hidden Heroes cities. You can read their names on the screen. And as you can see, they represent communities large and small across America. In a moment, I'll proudly introduce the mayor who's been working with the foundation for months to pilot this program in his community. The recruitment of many more cities across America will be a major priority. The success we've achieved thus far and the milestones we'll achieve in the future are due to the support of some very caring and generous individuals who have joined Tom Hanks as leaders of our campaign. It is my honor to introduce them to you now. First, we have Colonel Jennifer Pritzker, who is the founder and chairwoman of the Pritzker Military Museum and Library. Jennifer enlisted in the U.S. Army in 1974 and retired in 2001 with the rank of lieutenant colonel and subsequently received an honorary promotion to full colonel in the Illinois National Guard. Jennifer is a patriot, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and historian. She is deeply devoted to this nation and to supporting military and veteran causes across the country. In founding the Pritzker Military Museum and Library, Jennifer has built a national treasure for preserving military history, improving the quality of life of our service members and veterans, and raising awareness of the contributions of the citizen soldier. If you have not visited the museum and library based in Chicago, it's a must-see. Today, Jennifer extends her incredible record of philanthropy with a $1 million gift to the Hidden Heroes campaign. In addition to this wonderful financial support, Colonel Pritzker has agreed to serve as vice chair of the Hidden Heroes campaign. We are already benefiting from her wisdom, guidance, and leadership. Please welcome Colonel Jennifer Pritzker.